So today I'm going to try to make a cheap and easy version of Luke's lightsaber from Return of the Jedi. So you want to start by getting yourself a cardboard tube about 1 inch in diameter. It doesn't have to be exact. Mine was from the inside of a parchment paper. And then you just want to cut it off so it's a little bit bigger than your hand. Mine was a little too big, so make yours a little smaller. Then take a piece of craft foam. You want to wrap that toward the bottom end, leaving enough at the bottom so you can take a piece of silver adhesive foil and wrap that right around the bottom of the tube. Then cut off any excess that's hanging off. So then put some more silver adhesive foil around the piece of craft foam that you glued on earlier. Then paint the top half of the cardboard tube black, just like that. Then cut 3 thin pieces of 2 or 3 millimeter craft foam. Then you're just going to stick those onto the sticky side of some silver adhesive foil. If you don't have silver adhesive foil, you can also just use tin foil and glue, or you can just use silver paint if you want. So then once you have those pieces of craft foam silvered, you're just going to glue those up the black part of the lightsaber. His actually had 9, but I needed 10 because mine was too long. So then cut some rectangles out of 5 millimeter craft foam and cover them with silver foil. Then you'll just glue those onto the very bottom of the lightsaber. Then take a piece of cardstock, roll it around a pencil, and glue the ends so that it stays rolled. Mine's about 2.5 inches long, somewhere in there. And then paint half of it black and half of it bronze. And then take a cardstock strip and just glue that so that it wraps into a little ring. Then cut a piece of 2 millimeter craft foam, 2 or 3 millimeter craft foam, with a hole out of the middle, and put silver foil on either side of that. Then cut a smaller piece of craft foam, a circle, and that will get glued onto the bottom of the silver foiled one. Then cut another craft foam circle with a hole out of it, and that's going to get glued to the inside of that ring. And then you want to paint the ring bronze. And then you cut another circle of craft foam, stick that in the bottom of the lightsaber, and then cut another one with a hole and stick that in the top part of the lightsaber. And then take that disc and that ring, you're just going to slip those onto that tube that you made, the cardstock tube, and then that just will get glued into the end of the lightsaber. So then I didn't have a hanger, so I just made one out of some wire I had, stuck a little bit of glue on it, and glued it onto the end of the lightsaber. Then I took a piece of 5 millimeter craft foam and a piece of 3 millimeter and glued them together and painted the 3 millimeter bronze and wrapped silver foil around the bottom. Then I glued 2 more pieces together, again wrapping the bottom in silver foil, and that just gets glued onto the side of that little brick thing. It should be about halfway down that. And then paint on a red triangle and a green triangle to be the indicator lights. And that just gets glued on toward the center of the lightsaber. And then paint some black lines across the copper part, or the bronze part. Just like that. And then cut a circle out of 5 millimeter craft foam and cover it with silver foil. And then take a bottle cap and cover it with silver foil and glue the little circle in the center of that. Then coat the side of the cap with silver foil and roll a tube of cardstock that fits in the bottom of the bottle cap. Cover that in silver foil, and then just glue that right inside the end of the cap and cut it so it's about double the size of the bottle cap. Then a cardboard ring, stick that in there, cover it in silver foil, and then put a second slightly smaller one with a hole in the middle and glue that on, and then glue the whole thing right onto the end of the bronze tube. And then you have your Luke lightsaber. And I'll see what Darth has to say about that.
I see that you have constructed a new lightsaber.
Well, you know, I hate to dredge up unpleasant family history and just keep harping on this, but I kind of had to make a new one because when I was holding on to the other one, oh yeah, you cut off my hand!